Two guys, two different opinions, one very low price.
It's free!
Welcome to the Cerebral Sessions.
And I am back with another riveting edition of the Cerebral Entertainment Podcast. See what I did there? I changed the we to an I because today it's just me, Colt. You like that? What's up, Cerebral Entertainment family? So, like I said, it's just me today. I'm kind of here because I want to throw something out to you guys and talk a little bit about what me and James have come up with. We've come up with this idea for what we're going to call the Cerebral Sessions. Okay, so our main purpose and goal with this is really just to get some more content flowing out there with YouTube and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. Try to get some interaction with you guys too. But our biggest thing right now is going to be just getting more content out there. You know, we've got these podcasts that we do every week where we're reviewing podcasts and putting our own ideas out there and our own thoughts out there and stuff like that. But once that podcast is done, we've got to edit that thing. We got to get that thing out there, and it takes time to do the editing and get it uploaded and all that kind of stuff. So we want to try to keep a constant flow of entertainment out there, constant flow of videos out there, constant flow of statuses on our Facebook page. We want to be in your ear as much as we can, and hopefully you guys will do the same for us. You know, the foundation of our podcast is interaction with you guys too, and we really appreciate any and all comments that we get, shares that we get, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to call these things the Cerebral Sessions, and we may do these individually. These are for the times where we have something on our mind that we aren't able to, sit down together and put a whole podcast together about. And it doesn't matter what it is. I mean, it could just be a little rant that we want to go on, whether it be political, whether it be about the gym, whether it be about being in traffic today, things we thought about, that kind of stuff. It could be just little topics that we come up with in our head throughout the day, or it could be a little idea that we, say we listen to a podcast throughout the week and we come up with a really cool idea from it and decide, let's go ahead and put that out there, okay? So, these aren't going to be full podcasts by any means or anything like that, but they're going to be, small little tidbits for you guys and for us mainly. For one, because we get stuff off our chest. And for two, it's more stuff for you guys to interact with, okay? Any and all topics, and it would even help us if you guys want to get on our Facebook page, get on our YouTube page, get on our Instagram page, wherever you want to be at. Get with us, give us some ideas to talk about, because we would be glad to do that. So for this first one that I'm going to do, I want to talk about complacency. I wanted to hit on this because I feel like I've kind of contradicted myself over the past couple of months. On a previous podcast, not exactly sure which one it was, but I had mentioned that I am completely comfortable with where I'm at in life. I'm completely comfortable with my job. I'm comfortable, with everything right now, which is great and all. And mainly I bring that up because me and James had talked, and he had kind of talked about how stressful his job had been at that time and stuff like that, but it's stress that he loves to deal with and things like that, There's people out there who every day when they get up, they don't know what is going to happen from one step to the next. And that's great for them. They enjoy that kind of life. They enjoy the stresses. They use those stresses as a motivator because they don't know what's going to happen. And that's great. Me, I'm kind of the opposite because I love having a routine each day. I love being able to get up, go to the, eat breakfast, go to the gym, go to work, come home, shower, do my thing, and then go back to bed, and then get up the next day knowing it's going to be the same way. I deal with my little stresses here and there, but for the most part, I know that I'm not going to have very many stresses throughout the day because of my routine. And I like that. But something had happened where I had posted a Facebook post last week or so, and it sparked a little bit of interest in some other people because they started commenting on it. Well, what I had posted was something along the lines of that you can't be 100% complacent in life, and you have to have a motivator and a drive to keep going or to, be better in life. Well, the comments that I was getting were kind of more along the lines of they know people in life who are completely comfortable with being exactly where they are in life, not feeling like they needed to strive for more, and that they were okay with that, and that doesn't make them bad people or, make them any less valuable than any of us in life. And I didn't mean for it to come across the way it did. And I didn't necessarily mean it in like a gym standpoint or a bodybuilding standpoint or anything like that. What I was really trying to get across was I feel like you have to have something to strive for in life. It doesn't matter whether it's that raise at work. It doesn't matter whether it's to be a better parent. It doesn't matter whether it's to be a better friend, a better sibling, just being better in life as far as, your attitude and things like that. I just feel like you have to have a drive and a motivation to be better in different aspects of your life. Because if you just become 100% complacent with where you are in life and just think that, okay, where I'm at is where I'm always going to be, and I don't mind if things ever get better, as long as they don't get worse, that kind of scenario. I just feel like it's something that, I feel like you're setting yourself up for failure if you don't have something you're looking to strive for. You've got to have something to look forward to that's better than what you are involved in now, if that makes sense to you guys. So the topic I kind of wanted to hit on after that was being yourself. This is interesting because I know people that, it's hard for a lot of people to find out who they really are, especially, after your teenage years growing up. You go through so many different changes, and you go through so many different scenarios, and you get involved with all different people and things like that. And I feel like, especially for me, growing up, I had a lot of diverse friends and stuff that I pretty much became like a culmination of all of those people together. Like when I was trying to find myself and figure out who I really was, I was taking attributes from all these different friends that I had and kind of making myself into my own person through that. And I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, because you have to, you've got influences in your life, and you can't help but be, take those influences and use them, whether that be, how you live your life or, who you are in general. But I feel like people hide themselves to a degree that's not necessarily unhealthy, but so like my parents should know exactly who I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't hide behind anything. I don't act like I don't do things that I do. But I also understand there's another side to it. There's a community out there where, if you're out drinking every night or whatever, people can know you drink, but you don't have to be, spreading that out to everyone. I'm not saying that everybody has to know everything about you, but I'm saying you don't have to act like you're somebody you're not just to please other people, if that makes any sense. And with that, I kind of want to lead into comparing yourself to others a little bit. I feel like people get into this habit of comparing themselves to others. And by that I mean, of course, with me, if you guys listen to any podcasts, I'm big into fitness, I'm big into the gym, things like that. If I go into the gym every day and I look at somebody who's a lot bigger than me and I try to compare myself to them, what am I doing? If I compare myself to somebody who's a lot bigger than me, I can use that in two different ways. First way, I can use that as a motivator. I can say, that guy's a lot bigger than me. I can be that big. I'm going to bust my ass to get there, right? Or I can use that as a demotivator. I can say, that person's a lot bigger than me. No way I'm ever going to get there. What's the point in to keep pushing and pushing if there's no way I'm going to get there, or no way I'm going to get to be there? So a lot of it's mindset. Mindset is a huge factor in everything that we do in life. And I know it's cliche to say, and I know you're going to hear it all over. People say, about mindset is the force that gets you through any scenario, any situation. But it goes back to what I was talking about earlier. Some people wake up and they know exactly how their day is going to go. Some people don't know from one step to the next what's going to happen. But I think to some degree you can, with your mindset, you can change variables, or you can make things go the way you want them to go by having the right mindset. I don't want to use this podcast as just like a motivator, and the reason I say that is because, I get on Facebook sometimes and I post different things about how, you can't be complacent. You've got to be, you got to put 100% into everything you do. You got to be motivated, for that next step, all these kind of these. But I just feel like mindset isn't used the way it should be. And I feel like all these people, I'm not saying that by any means that depression isn't a huge factor in our society today. And it may have been a huge factor, if you want to say back in the day, it may have been a huge factor as well. That just didn't get diagnosed. And I know that in our world today, it can get pretty heavy. And I know with, the recent political situations we've been going through and all the different scenarios we go through, whether you want to talk about pronouns for people, whether you want to talk about the new president, whether you want to talk about, it doesn't matter the situation. I feel like now more than ever, we've got the internet is letting everyone put out so many opinions. Everyone has an opinion now. Or let's put it this way, everyone has an outlet now for their opinions. When it comes to social media, everyone has an outlet for every opinion they have. And now that they have that outlet, they feel like they have to use it for everything they do. And that's fine. I have no issue with everyone's opinion. I have a lot of friends on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, that put out different opinions every day. But that doesn't mean that I have to be offended by what they say. If they say something that I don't agree with, I have two options. I keep on scrolling, or I may give my thought or opinion in a nice way and not to say, you're wrong, I'm right, so screw off. You understand what I'm saying? It's one of those things where people are getting so offended these days that it's unreal. And I really believe that a lot of that came from the political situation we've had over the past, however long. Just because you're either left or you're right, you're Hillary or you're Trump, and if you're on the opposing side from where I'm at, there's no reason for me to listen to you. I have no desire to listen to you because what you say is bogus, and it's impossible for most people now to take opinions from both sides. And I've said before, especially when it comes to politics and things like that, you talk about left and the right. People are completely left or they're completely right, it seems like now. There's no center. There's nobody in the middle. And even if somebody who's on the left doesn't 100% agree with every idea from the left, they're going to accept it because they are on the left. They're going to accept all the things that they don't 100% believe in just to be opposing from the right. And I feel like this is bleeding into everything in life. Whether that be bodybuilding, whether that be jobs, it's either you're right or you're wrong, you're left or you're right. And if you're against me, you're against me, and we'll fight to the death on it because I'm not going to give up my views for anything. So to end this bad boy, like I said, I for the first time, or for being the first time, I enjoyed doing this little thing. I'm going to try to keep these around 15, 20 minutes, maybe something like that. Anytime that I hear of in a podcast, like a topic that I want to hit on, or if you guys have any topics that you might want to talk about, or might want to hear our opinions on, hit us up, man, because we're here to serve you guys. We're here to entertain you guys, and we enjoy doing this. But this is, especially these cerebral sessions we're doing now, this is a way for us to individually get our own opinions out there and get really comfortable behind the mics too. So all I have to say for you guys is keep your brains warm, and if you like this, hit us up and give us some ideas, all right? See you guys later.
Thanks again for listening to this episode of the Cerebral Sessions. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And don't forget to keep your brains warm out there. We will see you next time.